You being good? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, puppy, 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 puppy. What's inside that ear? What's inside that ear? Ew. What's that? What's that? Yeah. No. No. It's my foot. Are you smelling my foot? You smelling my foot? Right. Put that there. Sofa. Sofa. Good girl. There we go. There we go. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's a big old burp. Oh, it's a big old burp. Did you do a big old burp? Yes, you did. You okay? Lulu, outside, I think I can hear a cat. Yeah. There we go. Oh, dear. She's so easily fooled. Hang on. Okay, has the stream gone live? I guess it probably has. Okay, hang on a second. Let me just go down here. 1 moment. The resolution always makes this kind of weird because I've got to leave the... There we go. I've got to leave the OBS right in the middle of the screen, and then because it resizes the resolution, it pushes it to the other screen. But it's not on the other screen. I can't really interface with it. Hang on. Okay, do that. Go into Silent Hunter. Check the audio. Yep, audio, and then voila. Right. Hi, and good morning, everyone. So I must apologise in advance. It probably will be a bit of a brief stream this morning, owing to the fact that I'm getting quite close to the completion of the latest bullshittery. And forgive me, I'm one of these people who finds it difficult to relax. You know when you've got like a project that's nearly done and you just want to get it done. I have trouble relaxing. I just want to focus on it until it's finished. So for that reason, I might skip a few streams this week just to try and get it over the finish line, because the finish line was supposed to be last Friday. I did work on it over the weekend, though. I've been putting it through quality assurance. I received some commissions back from some artists, so basically some animated assets that I can puppeteer in Adobe After Effects. You've seen them before. You've seen them many times before. So I received them back, and they're all excellent, which is great. So I've got everything I need, is my point. I've been unblocked from the blockers that I had, and I can just push forward to completion. When will that completion be? Not sure. Some point this week, bear with me. I know that there are about 10 scenes of around 40 that need attention in various different capacities. Sometimes just a tiny little tweak, and a couple of scenes I want to redo entirely, to be fair. I don't think they're very funny. I want to do something different. Maybe they were funny on their first watch through, but now I'm like, that's not very good. So yeah, that's the plan, and that's what's going on. So yeah, sorry. In short, a brief stream, and then on with the editing. Sorry, could you bear with me just 1 moment? Hang on. I'm just going to clear my throat. I'm going to make a disgusting noise. It's just going to be. Right, there we go. Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you, Chuggers, and Runzin, Saboteur, Prototype, Hypnoflood, and Surrender of Baguette. Thank you, all of you folks. So welcome to December 1942. We are out in the Atlantic Ocean on a U-boat, which is U-108. For the people at the back who are not familiar with this type of warfare at all, this was a commerce raiding war, or a tonnage war. The objective was not necessarily to attack and sink Allied warships, it was more to attack the merchant vessels that are Britain's weakness, effectively. So on the world stage, if you're not familiar with Britain's strategic location, the island separated from Europe with its mild climate serves as an excellent bastion for which you can protect your state, but also project your power. A navy, if a navy is able to get you from here to here, it can get you from here to the other side of the world. I know it's more complicated than that, but the point is, if you have a navy, you can force project, and that's what Britain does. However, it does have a major weakness. We can't grow enough of our own food, enough of our own anything, to be honest. The land mass is so small that there's just not enough farmland to keep everyone fed. This means that we have to maintain control over the ocean, otherwise we just starve. Britain rules the waves through necessity. Without that, there is no Great Britain, really, because any competing nation can just starve us into submission. At least before the creation of nuclear weapons, it would be very easy to just put Britain to siege until we surrender. So, that's what we're doing. We're putting Britain to siege. That's why hundreds of U-boats took to the ocean with torpedoes that could sink the slow, fat cargo vessels that were coming in from both the Empire and Great Britain's allies, notably America. So, we're out here in the Atlantic hunting just that. I've managed to attack and sink, I sank one vessel, but I've attacked two, which are moving in a very large convoy of ships from here to here. So, a troop transport has been sunk with the loss of hundreds of individuals, and also an oil tanker has been torpedoed, but not damaged enough to sink it. We're going to rendezvous with that we're going to find that convoy again soon, but I just want them to calm down, because they're on high alert, and it's going to be difficult to get close. So until then, we're hunting a smaller vessel that I spotted over here via a radio intercept. So around 6 kilometers from us at night, we've detected something that's moving alone. So, we're going to find out what it is, and we're going to try and sink it. Thank you A97 Sund, Woby, and Off This Century, and Random Viewer. Thank you all of you folks, thank you. Right, hang on. Oh, just going to fiddle with my chair, keeps going down, and also pour myself a fresh drink to wet the whistle. How's everyone doing? Thank you, Iron Viking. How's everybody today? Thank you, Iron Viking. Thank you for saying so, and welcome indeed. Okay, the U-boat's turning. Not sure, Dave Gunner. I do want to join Armour this evening. It might be some of the morning streams that I skip. Okay. It is Monday, Lezer Random. Yes, indeed. Bunny has got pizza. Nice. Good morning, Peely. And good morning, Lord Arawn. Devious is hungry. Go get some of Bunny's pizza. Oh dear. Good luck with that, SMV. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so it's going to take us about 50 minutes to get here. So I presume that's probably the rough location of the target that I plotted. No, that's a bearing. So hang on, where's this target? Not sure. I guess if we get here, we'll try and plot its position again. Right. Let's keep moving. So I'm just going to speed up the time. So it's around, so it's around 15 minutes past 2. So around 3 in the morning, we should get to here. We're moving at 17 knots right now. Here we go. Right. Hi there, Martin. You had an awesome patrol? You sunk a Revenge-class battleship. Ooh. Well done. Well done. Thank you, Jekyll Live. Thank you very much, Jekyll. Thank you. And welcome, Aiden. Okay. There we go. Bloody ace, I don't run adverts, I'm afraid. Or rather, forgive me, if you see any adverts, then they're ones that have been forced on against my will. Twitch doesn't give you control over all of them, which is frustrating. You've got this dashboard thing, and I've gone through it and switched every single one off that I could, but there's no button for the opening pre-roll ads, which is incredibly annoying. Because fuck advertising. No one wants advertising. Only the people that benefit from advertising want advertising. Okay. Thank you, Psycho. Thank you very much, Psycho. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to periscope, down to periscope depth. So bring the submarine down quickly, take our speed down to slow, and let Walter on the hydrophones see what he can hear. Okay, how are the torpedoes? We should get our men resting as well, shouldn't we? Okay, torpedoes are good. Right, so move most of the men back into the quarters in order to rest, particularly the specialists. The stern quarters, go over here. Right. Right. Let's go. Jericho, I have tried Hearts of Iron 4 a couple of times. We even had a big multiplayer game, but I must admit it's very complicated, and I've struggled to fully understand it. I even ran through a few guides, but I don't think those guides that I was reading were very good. I need to do like a shot-by-shot, blow-by-blow guide so I can understand it fully. Yeah, I gave it a few tries, but it is very, very complicated. When we had a big multiplayer session, we all took different countries. I played as the Soviet Union, but unfortunately I was against ZF SWAT Knight, so the German, and he was playing as Nazi Germany. I had played all of 5 minutes of Hearts of Iron. He had played all of, like, many, many hours. So when the Second World War started, early, by the by, 1936, we were getting in there. When the Second World War started, he had, like, I had, like, 4 planes. He had, like, 1 million. He had loads of soldiers, and I had, like, some with no reinforcements whatsoever. Oh, and then I accidentally misclicked and moved all of my soldiers from the eastern front of Russia over to the western front, and they just started slowly plodding across the continent, doing nothing. And then a single, I don't know who was playing as China, or was it Japan, but a single Chinese or Japanese truck basically YOLO'd all the way from, like, fucking, what's it called, Manchuria, all the way, just carving a huge line of territory, like a finger that was being extended from Japan all the way to, like, fucking, I don't know where he went in the end. He got, like, super deep into my territory. It was a supply truck, that's all it was, but I didn't understand how to counter him. And in the end, I lost the so I think in Hearts of Iron 4, the idea is that the Soviet Union is supposed to be the hard counter to Nazi Germany. So the other guys got rolled because I didn't know what I was doing. And eventually a big sort of "you've lost the war" screen appeared, and all I could do was sit there doing nothing while SWAT Knight decided to take all my territory and make the Soviet Union a tiny island off the northern sort of Arctic Sea, where he put me in charge of a chip shop. So Stalin was just in charge of a chip shop by the end of it. Yeah, it was funny, but I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. Right. Oh, here we go. Right, so we found our target, everyone. So we can hear its propeller. It's approximately there. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to close in for our firing solution. So we're still, so we need to get within around 4 kilometers, ideally. How far away? Yeah, so I can actually surface the boat. We're going to still surface the boat. Oops. Get the officer back on the helm. Surface the boat and go ahead standard. And take the U-boat to roughly 4 kilometers from its presumed course. Thank you, Awesome Bulldogs and Jurassic and Tin Star. Thank you, both of you. Thank you sincerely. I'm not sure exactly what their course is, but let's presume it's probably that. So, why 4 kilometers? It's the maximum range for an electric torpedo, which is what I'm probably going to be firing at this target. Ah, hang on a second. Do I have any electric torpedoes actually armed? 1 second. I might have moved all of them. Did I move all of them? No, good. I've got 3 electric torpedoes mounted in tubes 2, 3, and 4. Alright. Thank you, Jurassic, and Awesome Bulldogs. Wait, I've missed one. Diabito, and Baltruma, and Psycho. Thank you, all of you. Okay. So, that's the maximum range of the torpedoes. So let's get, like, well, as close as I can, really. I think around 6k is the visibility rate. Yeah, so around about there is probably where they'll start spotting. Wait, it's not true. Other way. So, like, there. Yeah, so just push there as quick as we can then. So go full steam ahead. Okay. Dear me. Am I sure the ship is hostile? Not sure yet. Well, we have yet to achieve a visual. We can just hear its propeller over the hydrophones. Okay. No, I haven't, Anders. I've not tried Kingdom Come Deliverance. Don't the electric torpedoes kind of suck? Yes. They're okay in the early war. If you can get within 4k of the target, during daylight you'd be crazy to use gas torpedoes with their bubbles. But in this late war, I'm having a lot of trouble getting within 4k. So the gas torpedoes have a range of 12k. That's a substantial difference there. So I can fire my torpedoes from safe distance. But yeah, an electric torpedo, battery power is very limited. Okay. Let's push in as quickly as we can. Make sure we've got watch officers on station so we can immediately spot the ship and dive quickly, hopefully before it sees us. Did any U-boats ever cause serious friendly fire during the war? Yes, indeed. There were instances of friendly fire. The one that immediately jumps to mind is where U-boats crashed into each other in the ocean. Stalking convoys, U-boats can't tell where the other U-boats are. And so, there have been incidents where U-boats just collided with each other. There have been instances where torpedoes have malfunctioned. Yeah, plenty of fuck-ups where people have got either themselves or their allies killed. Okay. That being said, you won't really encounter many Kriegsmarine surface vessels this far out. For Great Britain has these 2 choke points, so the English Channel here, and also over here, Scapa Flow, which is little more than a shallow sort of inlet between these islands, but it's strategically important because you can station a fleet there, and anybody that tries to sneak out, you can jump on them, which is exactly what the Northern Fleet is doing. Whereas, yeah, if anyone wants to get into the Atlantic to threaten the supply artery, they've got to get through these powerful blockades, with the RAF circling, continually watching. This is why U-boats were so terrifying, because they could just slip underwater, sneak out easily. Welcome, Hivesy. Welcome indeed, enjoy your lunch. Alright. What happens if you ram a whale? Depends on the size of the whale. Okay. That should be good enough. Let's go underwater because I don't want to get caught. And then go ahead slow.
Periscope depth.
And then let's also raise the attack periscope and see if we can get a visual on it the moment that it appears. Alright. Did I figure out what I was doing wrong for many of my firing solutions? Not necessarily, and to plays, but I have had some practice. I do still want to test if the line for the hydrophone goes straight to the propeller, which I suspect it might. Many of the times where I've been confused at my firing solutions, I've been firing without a direct line of sight, and they've been very wrong. So I'm starting to wonder if the hydrophone is actually a lot more inaccurate than I was expecting, or if the simulation is impressive enough to the point that this line on the map, whoops, it's gone. Well, there was a line. This line is in fact the rear of the vessel as opposed to the middle of it. Is it pointing quite literally to the propeller?
Depth 10.
At which point, if you fire your torpedoes when that marker reaches your solution, the ship has already passed your solution, I wonder. But yes, immediately before this stream, I managed to fire 4 torpedoes and 3 landed at a range of around 8 kilometers, so... Then again, the target was not taking any evasive action, and they were big ships. Okay, Walter, give me some good news. What can you hear, man? Thank you, that guy, Oz. Thank you, that guy. Oh. I don't hear anything.
Yes, sir. Ahead slow.
Also, I can hear the hissing of the ocean because of that sound bug. Oh, no, wait. Oh, there he is. 284, you hear that? Chop, 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 chop. Bearing 284, there we go. Strong propeller. Alright, he's at a distance of... I might reload the game because I've got that hissing ocean sound in my ears. Yeah, can you hear that hiss? It's annoying. Yeah, let me just save it and reload it because it's just a sound bug. It's rather annoying. Save and exit. So yeah, for the people just passing through the stream, please know that I'm working on Rising Storm Vietnam Bullshittery Part 3. It's currently in quality assurance. I'm just going through fixing problems and generally polishing it. There were 3 major scenes that required some art assets. All of them have been delivered now, so the artists have finished their work, and now all of the remaining work is on my shoulders. So, yeah, I've got all the dependencies. Nothing is required. I have no further blockers. All I have to do is polish the thing and make a few tweaks and then get it released to you. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if there are no like huge holy shits in the 11th hour. So, yeah. So yeah, that's the plan. So just animating away. Not as far as I know, Flock. Right, sorry, just reloading the game. Router problem. When you say that, sir, are you referring to the fact that you play Rising Storm Vietnam and you keep joining games and you see SovietWomble in the game with you? Because every time I play Rising Storm Vietnam, and I play it a lot, everyone points at me and screams that I'm fake. I'm like, but there's only like a few... There's not that many full servers playing the same map rotations. Of course it's me. Who else would it be? Thank you, Sentinel Ninja. Thank you very much, Sentinel. Some people get really upset. They start screaming like insults and shit. I'm like, gee, fucking hell. You don't think that the guy recording highlights in the game that he regularly plays might regularly play the game? Yeah, anyway. Right, okay, here we go. So we're cruising forward. There he is. Lovely. Let's get a nice visual on him. In fact, let's cut the engine because let's not get too close. We don't want to get spotted. There he is. Sweet. So we have a visual on this vessel, which means we can also now quite accurately determine his bearing of 51 degrees. That brings his course here. There we go. So that is his course, meaning that at his closest point, he will come about a kilometre. So I'm actually going to slowly reverse just a little bit so we don't get spotted, but a kilometre is very good.
Slow.
Okay. So can we actually tell what flavour of ship he is? 28... 280 roughly, so turn the periscope, 280. There he is. Ooh, that's a big vessel, isn't it? Wow, you're moving without a convoy? You have no spotlight on your flag, which means you're trying to remain hidden. Okay. So let's bring up the pamphlet, the book. Let's have a look. So that's a big superstructure on it. Tall front superstructure as well. Relatively thick stack. Troop transport is a maybe. Where's my... This might be a 2-torpedo job. Or a magnetic if we can accurately judge its draft. Okay, so maybe troop transport. Sorry, let me just fucking scribble. Ah. Give me a fresh page. Here we go. Yeah, I can't see shit either. It's quite distant from me. Where's my pen? Here it is. Hang on. There we go. So troop maybe, which is 9.4 draft. So that means the depth beneath the waterline. This is why spies are so important. So I can just see the shape. That is a very large superstructure, isn't it? Look, huge. It might be a troop transport. Look at the front profile. Can you see? Its superstructure almost goes all the way to the edge of its... I don't know what the nautical term would be. Like the literal edge of the ship. What else could that be? A large tanker, maybe. Actually, looking at that, could just be like a... No, it doesn't look like one of those. So far away, I can't even tell. Need to get closer. Identify its stack. Okay. Keep creeping backwards just a little bit. Honestly, it's good enough. Let's,
Yes, sir. All stop.
right. Cut the engine. Okay. So, let's plan our solution. We're going to go with torpedo tube 2, I think, because it's a magnetic torpedo. So bring up the torpedo targeting computer. So make sure speed is 0. Make sure angle on the bow is 0 for the moment. I want to fire impact torpedo moving slow at a depth of to be determined. Sorry, magnetic torpedo moving slow at a depth to be determined. Okay. At a range of about 1 kilometer. At a bearing of... Let's have a look at the bearing. So, bearing, or rather angle on the bow, is, whoopsie, pretty much 90 degrees. Alright. 93 degrees. And the bearing is 5-6 degrees. Okay? So, we go here. We find 6 degrees, which is here. And we plonk it like so. I wish there was a way to make that more precise. Okay. Angle on the bow is 90 degrees. Now, what about its speed? Let's try and calculate its speed. So now that we can accurately lock onto it. How fast are you moving? Let's put the marker and go. So, we wait 195 seconds and then measure again, and then every 100 meters it has moved will be 1 nautical knot in its speed. Thank you, Def Towable. Thank you, Def Towable. Thank you. We should also just lower our periscope. Just for the minute. The bearing is wrong. The bearing is wrong. 6 degrees. Oh yeah, hang on, you're right. Thank you very much. The bearing is wrong. Thank you. Good spot. That bearing is actually 4 degrees. Thank you very much. Good shout. 4 degrees. Good spot. 4 degrees. Sweet. Okay. And then angle of the bow will be around 94. Sweet. Right, so we're just waiting for 2 minutes, and yeah, exactly 2 minutes to pass, and then we track his exact, but yeah, we mark his precise position, and then we got his speed. So again, speaking to the people at the back of the room who aren't familiar with this era of warfare, there were no homing torpedoes, or at least homing torpedoes that worked. There are some experiments with acoustic torpedoes, but they're pretty shit, to be fair. They're really not good. Certainly not good enough for wartime. So all torpedoes fired are dumb fire. You fire them off in one direction, and on board is a depth setter and a gyro angle. So like the torpedo will steer itself on the correct bearing that you program in via a literal hole in the top of the torpedo where you sort of like turn a little dial, and it will adjust before you fire. So in order to hit a target, you've got to just predict where it's going to be by knowing its speed and its bearing, and then just calculating it and firing it into its path, which means just changing your bearing slightly or your speed will cause torpedoes to miss, which is why you would often fire multiple torpedoes ahead of it in a salvo. That's a problem because U-boats only carry a limited number of torpedoes, at which point they've got to trek back to occupied France or Germany, which is a trip of, can be quite some time, quite some weeks. We're in late 1942, row flag, so the Second World War is going appallingly for Germany. Everything is going wrong, absolutely everything. Britain is resisting. In North Africa, Britain and America are kicking their ass, along with New Zealand and Canada. Hang on. On the Eastern Front, the Soviets are absolutely shredding. Absolutely shredding. Okay, hang on. Lock on. Lock. Quick. Lock. Okay, his exact position is now this. There, roughly. So, he's moving at pretty much 6 knots. Okay? So 6 knots is the speed. So that's what we set. Right, so 6 knots there, and that's our torpedo. There's our solution. Now, that's a 1 minute and 7 seconds thing. Let's try and, before we have to fire, let's try and identify the ship. So what flavour of ship do you think this is? So, I see small stack, a lot of cranes, thick superstructure. It's at least 100 meters. Large cargo? Could be a large cargo. It's hard to tell. How many cranes? 1, 2, 3. There's at least 3. Could be a large cargo. Could be a large cargo. Not a large merchant. Could be a Liberty. Very hard to tell. Superstructure is too small for a large cargo. One, two, three. It might actually be a medium cargo. Look, down there. I know it's hard to see, but yeah, I think it might actually be a medium cargo. Yeah, it matches the profile almost flawlessly. I think it's a medium cargo, which is a draft of 9.2. Okay, so I'm going to set my torpedo to run at a depth of 10 meters with a magnetic piston. So, 10 meters. So skim underneath the hull of the vessel. Okay. So again, sorry, speaking to those, I know I keep repeating myself, but speaking for those that watch regularly, but for those who just aren't familiar and are just joining, by running the torpedo beneath the vessel, I'm hoping to cause enormous damage to its structure by hitting it on a place where, well, if we're talking about a warship, there wouldn't be any armor beneath the vessel, or at least not much in the way of armor. But also you're able to sort of create an explosive shock wave to do a shit ton of damage, and also a sort of cavity beneath the vessel, where the superstructure can kind of momentarily fall down into the bubble. You break its keel. Even extremely heavy vessels with enormous amounts of armor, you can basically turn their armor against them by causing it to sort of fall into this cavity and snap like a metal ruler that you're bending. Is the analogy that I keep making. So if the stern and if the back and the front remain the same, and all of a sudden the middle bends downwards, oof. Ooh. Okay. Right, so there's our firing solution. So I'm just going to keep my periscope down and wait until it gets around about there. Just pop up, wait until I see that the bow has entered the bearing of 04, and then fire. Ooh. Just going to double check my torpedo. 10, yep. Slow moving magnetic. 6 knots. La 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 la. Looking good. Thank you, Tuin. Thank you very much, Tuin. Alright, cool. Let me just speed up. Well, I'm just going to save it. Yeah, but I hope everyone's having a nice day today. Welcome indeed. Oh. What if the ship is from Sweden? Well, no. Swedish ships, you can still break their keels just as easily. Uh-huh. Oh, and that's not what you meant. Got it, right. Speed up the time, speed up the time. Hello, ship. Hello, ship. Have I seen the flag? That's a good shout. Maybe we should check the flag. Well, you know, we could just not do that. Right, here we go. Get ready. Right, so I'm now going to raise my periscope and point it at bearing 004, which is there, roughly. Open torpedo tube 2. Just open. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for, keep it low. There we go, bearing 4. So we're just going to wait for the crosshair, quite literally for the ship to cross the crosshair, and then that we know then that is our solution at bearing 4 degrees. And then what's going to happen is the computer will automatically adjust for us. Whoops, I just started the torpedo timer too early. So the computer should automatically compensate and fire the torpedo ahead of the vessel. So long as we've got the angle on the bow and the speed correct, which I think we do. There's the vessel. There's bearing 4. Just eensy weensy peaks. Right. There's our vessel. Just going to move up a little bit, but try not to move too much. Okay, Hilly says he came across a French fishing boat yesterday while playing this, but didn't know if it was a valid target. I figured it's some dudes going to work, right? Should I leave them be? Well, it depends. Bear in mind that going to work means providing food for the, potentially for the nation that you're at war with. This is merchant shipping. This is merchant commerce raiding, sorry. So yeah, I mean, use the deck gun. I mean, in the real world, they'll probably try to get close and convince them to surrender and get to lifeboats first. But that would have been early war anyway. You wouldn't find U-boats in the late war using their deck gun to attack fishing vessels. That's just going to get them shot by the RAF. Here we go. Get ready to fire. Now, I still don't know if I should fire the moment its bow enters the solution or later, so bear with me. I'm going to wait for a little bit before I fire. Here we go. Good luck, and... Firing tube 2. Torpedo in the water. Here we go. So, an electric torpedo, so it's not generating any gas bubbles of any consequence. Whoops, I accidentally navigated away from the stopwatch. Okay, so 50 seconds until impact. So the torpedo is adjusting its course to ensure that it follows the gyro angle and also its depth to make sure that it's 10 meters down. At around about now, the safeties are disengaged from the torpedo and its magnetic piston is carefully reading the magnetic field of the Earth. If suddenly there's an enormous deviation, like something metal is above the torpedo, boom. Weirdly, the Americans were surprisingly protective of this technology. It is cutting edge, but most other nations were actively using it at the time, so it's kind of weird. Here we go. Here we go. Did I get the depth right? Did I properly identify the ship? Is my solution good? Oh no. Did I jump the gun? Oh, did I jump the gun? Oh no, I jumped the gun. Okay. The torpedo has missed. Whoops. Let's quickly adapt. So, quick adapt. It's okay, we can do a quick adapt. So we're going to fire here now. Oopsie daisy, I should have fired in the middle of the ship. So that is a solution. It's a bearing of 29, and that's 121, right? So here we go. 29. Bring the bearing. Bearing 29 there. Angle on the bow is 121, and the speed is around 6 knots. That's okay. Raise that to 29. Just verify. There's my solution. Okay. Open tube 3. Yeah. That should be good. Let's fire a little bit later this time. Or maybe it's moving slower than 6 knots. Maybe it's making 5 knots. Here we go. If this one misses, then I just suck, everybody. There's no... Torpedo in the water. Here we go. Tank boy says no. What have I done? What did I miss by? Way too early? Was it? Well, we'll see. Right, about 30... Well, this is... sorry, it's probably a bit different now, but about 30 seconds from impact. So yeah, no obvious bubble trail that's pointing out the precise location of the U-boat. Around 15 seconds until impact, but might be wrong because the range is probably a little bit different. About 5 seconds to the original impact. Okay, a little bit off then. I think we got it. Question is, did I get the depth correct? Did I properly judge the type of ship? Okay, maybe it's making 5 knots. I definitely think I've misjudged the speed. But it looks good. Now, will it detonate? Here we go. Here we go. Excellent. There we go. Yay! Thank you, Carl. Right, so directly underneath... Oh, hello. What's that? It's a star shell. So it's firing to see if it can illuminate our position. I presume. Or maybe it's like a holy shit, we're under attack thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ahead standard and follow alongside it while it's crippled. Well, we'll see if it's crippled. So, okay. Aboard the vessel. Men have just been thrown from their bunks. They're running to action stations. They're trying to assess the damage. Watertight doors are being rattled shut all across the front of the vessel. But the trouble is, there probably won't be a single point of impact. There's not like a gaping hole where they can just seal off that compartment and then call it a day. That explosion has probably ripped open seams all the way down the hull, at least for this section here. So they've probably got very severe flooding. So let's see if it causes them to start uncontrollably flooding. Can you get the yay as the sub alert? Well, technically, Carl's yay is a sub alert. Flag, yes. The Merchant Marine, yes? Merchant Ensign? Right. So we can presume that this vessel is carrying crates of everything, really. Food, clothes, spare parts. All of the stuff that Britain would need fresh from the factories of America. To be unloaded at, say, the docks of Liverpool or something. Or Southampton, maybe. Okay, so let's see how we do. Gonna have to give it a few minutes, I think. So follow alongside it. Make 3 knots. It's making probably around 5 knots now, based on the fact that it's probably turning the rudder to try and avoid any fresh torpedoes which are coming. Is it sinking? We'll find out. We'll find out. In fact, head standard. We can afford to up the batteries for a little bit. And tell the men to get into the torpedo room and start reloading the torpedoes. You're the watch officer. Where's my torpedo officer? There he is. Yep, they're already in there. Okay. Cool. So, could you please take... Which ones? Yeah, take these 2 ones from the reserve. So these ones are down on the floor or on the walls of the torpedo room. And it'll take about 8 minutes. So as I keep saying, they put these sort of like hooks like hoops around each torpedo. And then they lift it onto a guide rail. And using pulleys, they'll lift it up into the air. Put it in line with the torpedo tube. And then push it on like a sort of imagine the guide rail has teeth. And you've got like a wheel that you can wheel up and down the teeth, and the whole thing pushes the torpedo inch by inch into the tube. So they're doing it as quickly as they can, but it is a loud process with chains and pulleys and men yelling, trying not to get crushed by a torpedo. Torpedoes are big and they are fucking heavy.
Torpedo missed, sir.
Yep, I'm aware. Thank you. Oh, thank you then. Sorry, I must have missed it. Apologies. Yeah, the alert must be broken. Thank you for the host, Wasted Space, if you did, and welcome Wasted Space viewers. Welcome indeed. Thank you sincerely, Wasted Space. Sorry, apologies for missing that. So, for those that are just joining, you're looking at a U-boat in the Battle of the Atlantic in December 1942. Sorry, this isn't a U-boat. This is a cargo vessel that our U-boat has attacked. Our U-boat is under the water over here, alongside, on the starboard side of the cargo vessel, at a distance of around 1 kilometre. We're cruising through calm waters on our batteries right now, because we can only utilise the diesel engines when we're on the surface, and we have no snorkel, and even if we did, snorkels are super unreliable anyway. So... we are waiting to see if this cargo vessel has sufficient flooding to cause it to sink on its own, or if another torpedo would be required to bring it down. Thank you, Wasted Space. Oh, thank you for subbing, sir, and thank you for hosting. Thank you very much. No, I'm not familiar, Happy. I'm not familiar with sub brief, sorry. So let's speed up the time by, say, 10 minutes. So it's around, so it's 5 minutes past 4 in the morning on December the 26th, 1942. So let's just speed up by 10 minutes. Yeah, do 5 minutes. Let's see what happens. So, is the vessel flooding? Oh, really? Ace of Spades? Well, I mean in real life, really. Apologies, I can't really speak to the game. But yeah, snorkels were really not very effective. Plus, bear in mind, they can still be detected by the centimetric radar of the Allies. So even getting an effective snorkel going wouldn't really help them. In calm waters, an aircraft circling can still pick up a snorkel and just bomb it. Okay. Yes, Crimson, but it's not necessarily my thing, I'm afraid. Not wishing to whinge. I've kind of gone off Warhammer. I think it was more my fault. I thought Warhammer was something that it wasn't. I got really obsessed with it for a time, but yeah, it's not what I thought it was. Okay. Torpedo is ready for firing. Keep following along. It might require another torpedo. We'll have to see. That's all looking good. They've got some very severe flooding there. Holy shit. Question is it near anything vital, like boilers? The flag is the Merchant Marine, or is it the Merchant Ensign? I can't remember its exact name. So, the United Kingdom's merchant fleet. Staffed by many nations, many brave volunteers. Use the deck gun? I might, but they might have deck guns that are more powerful. They've got one at the back. Can't see one at the front, though. They might be a bit vulnerable. Oh, they are vulnerable. Yeah, okay. Surprising. I figured they'd have a front deck gun for a ship of this size. Look, there's room for it. Guess they put more cargo there instead. Oops. Okay. Oh, I don't know, Chad. I don't know. I don't know. I had many a conversation, many a long and interesting conversation on a subreddit called 40k Lore with many of the long-term fans of Warhammer. And many of the things that I thought it was were actually more of a product of the company just sort of wheel spinning for a time and weren't actually properties in the fictional world itself. If that makes any sense? It was owing to the fact that it hadn't been updated in a long time, not through intentional rules of the universe, like rules of the setting. And also there were too many... Warhammer as a franchise is one that's just copied again and again and again. It's copied so many other franchises. Dune is a big one. Pretty much everything from from Tolkien is another huge one. It's just sort of inherited like a patchwork of different sources, so it doesn't really have its own voice. It's just this Frankenstein monstrosity of other much better storytellers that have sort of put this thing together to make lore that exists purely to sell plastic models. And that's all they're using it for. They just want it. They want to use it as an advert to sell pieces of plastic, and I think that's seriously that's the wrong way to look at it. And in doing so, it's introduced too many very serious contradictions. Not like minor little small things that you can ignore. Just very big fuck-ups, like major structural errors in its foundations, which you can't fix. You have no way of fixing them without massive retcons. It's broken, and it's just broken and not as interesting as I thought it was. Thank you, No Time for Pool. Thank you very much, No Time for Pool. Thank you. Okay. Can I give an example? Yes, so one specific major contradiction would be the existence of a place in the 40k universe called Ultramar. If you're not familiar, Ultramar is basically is it a subsector? I can't quite remember, but it's effectively an area of space that is controlled by one particular group of space marines and their various affiliates. The problem is, it's always listed as being this powerful and united place, teamwork and cooperation and leadership and trust, and all of the elements that we in the West would say associate in real life as how to get things done. But the problem is it stands in core contradiction to the rest of 40k, which is a world of a fictional setting of stagnation, of lost hope, a setting that's beyond the end, where individual planets are separated and kept separate, with only people knowing about the existence of the rest of the Imperium on a sort of need-to-know basis for one simple reason: chaos. simple knowledge of the existence of chaos spreads chaos, as people realize that the voices that they hear in their dreams do actually respond. They are entities. There's a sort of incorporeal presence behind the veil that does indeed answer prayers, would be the word to describe it. So the point is, you're supposed to keep each individual planet separate and contained and very heavily indoctrinated, simply to counter this interdimensional infection. So what's the correct answer? Is Ultramar super united and leadership and sort of relatively chaos free, and all it takes is a bit of spit and polish and can-do attitude and leadership in order to pull the Imperium together? Or do you separate them all into separate grim dark planets where each individual one is a fortress, a sort of totalitarian fortress alone in the void, as part of its grim dark flavor? You can't have those two at the same time. Those two settings cannot coexist. It's a major core contradiction, because if the grimdark way is the way you're supposed to be doing it, Ultramar should be just chaos heaven. Cults should be spreading everywhere through the same infrastructure that Ultramar is using to unite itself. And the worst section, if Ultramar is the way to go, then it means that everyone else in the entire setting is a fucking moron. That's the problem. So it means that everyone who is not uniting and sort of forming together under the banner of humanity is just dumb. It's just one example of a major error, a major contradiction in the law, which is very difficult to reconcile. And in fact, it's even been highlighted recently when they brought back a very major character who's the leader of Ultramar, traditionally speaking. He's now in the setting, whereas typically the setting is defined by the fact that these leaders are no longer in it. He's now in the setting, and he's sort of righting the ship a little bit. And again, it's making all characters look like idiots. Because if all it takes is a bit of can-do attitude, a bit of leadership, a bit of authority, then the problems in the Imperium would have been solved long ago. Anyway, sorry, I'm whinging. Is it sinking? Right. But forgive me, Sonic Grav, it's not just that. So 40k as a setting has no real parallel with other sort of fictional things, because there is not an interdimensional infection that exists behind the veil of reality that is continually trying to subvert every single civilization everywhere. It's not like a little, just bring in a Jedi and he'll solve it. Like, the whole fabric of the fictional setting is set up to counteract chaos. And you can't just ignore chaos. So how is Ultramar ignoring chaos, is the question, or one of the questions. No, I probably should speed it up, so I'm just whinging. Okay. Speed up time a little bit. They're still trying to take evasive action. What do you think, another torpedo? No, we can always use the deck gun in this weather. Just pull in front of them. Right. Basically, Blue Falconer, yes. So the Immaterium, the dimension that's behind the real space in 40k, is a mirror. It's a dark reflection of our existing setting. It just reflects. It has no will of its own. It just reflects exactly what... Oh, sorry, this is just one perspective that you can see it as. It reflects that which exists in the real world. So suffering and pain and violence is reflected and made manifest. Oh god, the Necrons. Oh my god, yeah. There isn't the fewer contradictions as setting breaking as the Necrons. Oh, what were they thinking? What? Well, I know what Games Workshop were thinking. They wanted to sell plastic models. But they introduced such an incredibly huge structural contradiction that there's no solve. Well, if you can figure out how to solve it, tell Games Workshop, because they're stuffed. They've no idea. Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to whinge. I hate it when I whinge. It just makes myself miserable. Let's speed up the time. Let's sync this. Hang on. Right. She is very slow now. We're moving at 6 knots and she's moving way slower. So is the flooding really bad? Let's definitely pull in front of them and then see if we can surface and put a few shells in them with the deck gun from their blind spot, eh? Whoa, yeah, she's got a list. Is that a list? No, wait. She might. She's still powering ahead. Alright. Yeah, let's get the U-boat over here, raise the deck gun, and see if we can, well, bring her down. Okay. Ooh. That's one of the reasons, Bulletproof. One of the reasons. It's complicated. Yes, one of the reasons that you have individual planetary governors, all with oath ties to the Imperium, is that it would be impossible to do otherwise. That an extremely large galaxy prevents you from having a united system of trade. But that's not the only reason, forgive me. The other reason is chaos cults. They have the ability to move and spread using the exact same trade infrastructure that you would put in if you were to unite these planets. You have to separate an infection and keep it away from the other planets to stop it spreading, because by the time you detect chaos, it's too late. By the time an infection has reached the point where you can determine that a planet is lost to chaos, or probably falling to chaos, there's a reason why Exterminatus is the first option. It's not because the Imperium is, oh, we're going to be evil and we're going to bomb the shit out of any planet that turns to chaos. No, it's because you have to act quickly to stop the infection, because by the time you detect it, it's too late. You have to quickly cauterize the wound, very, very quickly. It's the death of billions or the death of trillions from the surrounding planets all around it. So my follow-up question to you, sir, is what makes Ultramar so special? Ultramar should be an absolute chaos heaven. The cult should be spreading through it unbelievably quickly. The whole thing should just be a breeding ground for every single type of chaos cult imaginable. I know, sorry, I hate whinging, but at the same time I love 40k, and or rather I thought I loved it, I don't know. Is she going down? Almost going down. Are we safe from its superstructure? Hang on. Well, if I come to the surface, let me just save before I get myself hit. Hang on. One moment.
Yes, sir. New depth, 0.
Up we go.
Meters. Ahead full.
Right, so we're going to try and pull ahead of the U-boat, bring up the deck gun, fire a few shells into its superstructure, maybe start a few fires, all the while trying to evade its tail gun, I guess would be the word for it. Okay. Indeed, Urist. I think that's true, frankly. I think that's true. I think that it's not what I thought it was. Frankly, I thought the setting was smarter. I thought it was way smarter than it actually is. Because so many very incompetent authors have added so many things to it that now it's just a shit show. Now it's just a... Yeah. I thought it was way smarter than it actually is. And I think the authors think they're smarter than they actually are. Games Workshop definitely think they're smarter than they actually are. Oh, sorry, you're the wrong guy. Where's, there you are. Watch Officer Conrad. Wait, no, there you are. Okay, so crew on deck. Please man the deck gun.
Man the deck gun.
There we go. Oh shit, is that... No, we should be okay. It shouldn't hit us from there. Okay, tell the deck gun to fire at will.
Yes, sir.
And please go for its waterline.
Yes, sir. Aiming for waterline.
Are they on it? Yeah, come on guys. Bring the gun around. Can they not? Yeah, they are. They're turning the gun. Here we go. Get ready. Oh, we might need to... Are they going to hit us?
Yes, sir. All stop.
They might be able to get a shot on us. Hang on. Depends if they turn away in time. Have we got a shot? There we go. Oh, hello. So are they going to return fire? They might. Hello, they see us. Who's on the gun? Is it Carl? Deck gun. Where's our flat gunner? Flat gunner. Where's our proper gunner? Hang on. There we are. So Jurgen, can you get on that gun? Right. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you very much, Shadow. Thank you, Pappy Geo. Thank you very much, Pappy. But forgive me, Ace of Spades, the Ultramarines are not just the chapter. If anything, this plays into what you're saying. The Ultramarines specifically and their ethos consists of millions of personnel, administrators, bureaucrats, logisticians, statisticians. So the whole ethos together, and it's not just the one chapter and the successive chapters of several thousand Space Marines, it's millions of individual people who are working together, a meritocracy. Ultramar is a meritocracy. So how is it that Ultramar is a meritocracy, which is demonstrating that if you do it this way, it works, and yet the rest of the Imperium, the best and brightest skimmed from a million worlds, the most ruthless, the most capable, that make themselves to terror? Hooray! How on earth have they cocked up every other sector? We got her. That was quick. Cool, she's thinking. Right. Again, I keep trying to point out the Imperium doesn't lack for yeah, sure, there are people that are evil in the Imperium of Man. I'm not saying otherwise, but the Imperium of Man is full of competence. It would be crazy if there weren't. Every single world, every single Forge world is full of extremely capable individuals. Yes, there's a shit ton of indoctrination. There's a shit ton of rampant bureaucracy and stagnation, but there's also a lot of very intelligent people. If the challenges of the 40k universe were so easy that it would only take a little bit of authority and competence to solve, they would have been solved millennia ago. Chaos is not that easy to defeat. If it were, well, the Horus Heresy probably wouldn't have happened. Right. Cool. Okay, so what exactly was she? Let's have a look. Medium cargo, I guessed correctly. Excellent. So that's 3,845 tons. Whoopsie, 45 tons. Which is where? Oh, wrong side. Over there? Oh, she didn't leave like a smoke plume? Oh, okay. Sweet! She went to other ships over there. Alright then, so we've managed to sink ourselves a medium cargo vessel. It's been confirmed as our kill. Really, really good. Only took one torpedo and a few deck gun shots. So also, just for the sake of general war trivia, know that the fact that the many captains were keen to use the deck gun,
Yes, sir.
owing to the fact that the shells were actually numerous.
Head standard.
All the way towards the end of the war, it was very easy to manufacture those explosives, but the torpedoes, not so much. The Allies would take advantage of this by deploying Q ships, vessels that would look like merchant ships but were actually warships in disguise, and they would try to ambush the submarine by going, "Oh look, we're helpless on the surface, come and use your deck gun." And submarines would, and they would approach and get blown to smithereens by the Q ships. Okay.
Yes, sir. All stop.
Right, well done, guys. So the torpedoes are fully loaded. Let me just move them back into their... Yeah, move these guys back into the stern quarters so they can rest. Right. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. My engineer dude is tired. Shit, lots of my officers are tired. Crap. Get the watch officer to return the crew off the deck gun. Hang on. Man the deck gun. Watch
Yes,
crew to
sir.
the bridge. There we go.
Watch crew on deck.
It's not going to pull anyone tired. No, we're fine. Okay, sweet. So, let's now get back to...
Yes, sir. Ahead 1/3.
Yeah, let's get back to the convoy, shall we? Trouble is, I didn't actually record when we disengaged from the convoy. Piss. We're not moving. Why are we not moving?
Yes, sir. Ahead slow. All stop.
Do they have enough men in the diesel compartment?
Yes, sir.
They appear to.
Ahead standard.
What's the problem? Oh, there we go. Just took a moment to kickstart the diesels. Let's just check my fuel. Yeah, we're okay on the fuel. Okay. So, the convoy is somewhere over here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward and... well, let's assume that they're around about here, maybe. Let's... whoops. So what is it? Around 20 kilometers for the radar, I think? Let's see if they can pick us up on the radar. Let's see if we can determine their position. And also give it a save. Okay. So for the people joining the stream, our U-boat had just sunk a... oh yeah, we'll send a report. We've just sunk a ship that was sailing alone in order to let the convoy that we were attacking calm down. There we go. So, it'll take us 2 hours to get to this location. Go ahead full. There we go. Right, so here we go. So it's almost 6 in the morning. Okay, it's 6 in the morning now on December the 26th, 1942. Okay. So we haven't been hit by their radar. That's concerning. Did they travel further than this? Keep moving forward. Oh, radio message received. It's probably from BDU, congratulating us on a good job. Yes, it is. Okay. Keep moving forward. I wonder if they've maybe changed their course? What do you think? So it's now 7:15. What do you think? Which way do you think we should go? Which way do you think they've gone? Do you think they've passed us already? What were they moving? They were moving at 7 knots, were they not? I think they were, right? 7 knots? So every 7... yeah, they can move around 12, 13 kilometers, roughly, every hour. So we were gone for what? How many hours were we gone there? Does it say exactly what time we sank? Oh, wow, okay. So at 1 in the morning, we sank that ocean liner, so that was when we attacked. Okay. Shit, hang on. Is that time local time or German time? Okay. So what, like 7 hours ago? 8 hours ago? So they could have moved about 100 kilometers or so from here. So they could be... oh, piss ass. Shit. They could be... right, they could be quite far. Sorry, Submarine Command, Lady Raven, BDU. Okay, let's assume that they've maintained their course. Let's see if we can catch up with them. So moving at 16 knots, let's go. So in 1 hour's time, if they can make another 13 kilometers, then they'll be round about there. That still puts us just out of radar range. Keep moving.
New message received.
Radio message received. What's this? U-357 has been attacked by escorts. Damaged, heavy flooding, unable to dive. U-357. Who were U-357? German submarine U-357 was a Type 7C U-boat of Nazi Germany, and it was sunk by British warships northwest of Ireland on the 26th of December 1942 on her first patrol. So she was sunk by depth charges dropped by the British destroyer Hesperus and Vanessa on the 26th of December, northwest of Ireland. 36 men died, but 6 survived. Bloody hell. She's near us then. Yeah, unfortunately, with Germany trying to field as many U-boats as they can, and defences getting even stronger, many U-boats do have just the one patrol, sadly. Gone are the happy times. In fact, next year, in a few days, 1943, is pretty much considered to be the turning point in the Battle of the Atlantic. It's all downhill now. Right, where is this convoy? Shit, they must have changed their course. We need to get a radio transmission to determine where they are. And we are getting quite close to Ireland, which means... Oh, bugger. That's Allied coverage in... Nope, that's 1941. Okay, so we are actually within Allied air cover. What do you think we should do, chat? Do you think we should continue pursuing this direction? They could have moved. Could have gone anywhere. There is an oil tanker that would be really good to sink. What do you think we should do? Or should we head back out into the back out and look for better pickings? Yeah, probably. Maybe they did go this way. What's the depth beneath the keel? Hang on.
Yes, sir. Depth under keel is...
Oh shit. Only 306 meters, so it's relatively shallow. We can dive to a safe depth, but only barely. Okay. Also, can we have men manning the flat guns just in case, please? Crew on deck. No, actually, leave the watch officers. We can always bring crew up. I know, Crimson. Yeah, especially during the day. The plane's gonna get us, aren't they? Keep moving. Oh, hello. We got him. There's our convoy. I presume. It depends if we'll see... Okay. So, let's just mark that radar location. Uh-oh, coming straight towards us. Very quickly. Is that a plane? That could indeed be a plane with centimetric radar. It looks like it could be. We've been picked up by radar. Get crew on deck. Man the
Yes,
flat
sir.
guns.
Man the flat gun.
What are we talking about here? Man the flat gun. Carl is on the flat gun. Who's our other flat gunner? You? No, Jurgen. You're just a normal gunner. Wait, you're tired. Too tired. Fuck. Ah, look. Hang on. Oh no, 2 planes coming in with centimetric radar. Damn it, I want to use my cool new deck guns.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've saved it if I get horribly wounded. Oh dear. So you're about to see... Yeah, 12 kilometers and closing fast. You're about to see the weakness of the U-boat. Hang on. Yes it is, Clavicus. Yes it is.
Yes, sir. Ahead slow.
Right, good luck, Carl. Nail the fucker. Here we go. What's this? This is my flat gun, isn't it? AA. You know what? I think I should just let Carl handle it. Tell the flat gunners to just open up immediately. Where are they coming in from? Hold the rudder
Yes, sir.
still.
Rudder 0.
Here they
Degrees
come.
to port.
Coming in on bearing. On our starboard side, bearing 80. Don't see him yet. So yes, with the centimetric there they are. Centimetric radar mounted on planes. Whoa, is that a Liberator?
Aircraft spotted.
Engage targets. Head
Yes,
for.
sir. Ahead standard.
All of a sudden, planes just appear out of nowhere. The U-boat has no armor to speak of, so what are we dealing with? Oh, they're big, aren't they? That's a big bomber. Oh god. Oh god. Are they Lancasters? How bad is the damage? Some damage, but it's fairly light. Can we nail them? Here they come, they're coming around again. Come on, keep the flat gun on them. Halifaxes, not Lancasters. Hang on. Yep, engage target.
Hull damage, sir. We're taking damage,
Aircraft
sir.
spotted.
You're taking damage? We should seem to be fine. Right. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here they come. So, the Hadley Page Halifax is a British Royal Air Force 4-engined heavy bomber of the Second World War. It was developed by Handley Page to the same specification as the contemporary twin-engine Manchester, Avro Manchester. Ooh. They don't appear to be dive bombing. What are they doing? Strange. I've not seen a... Oh wow! Whoa! Oh, that's cool. I've never seen them do that. Okay. So what's this? Sorry. So number built. Around 6,176 were produced between 1940 and 1946. Their first flight was at the very start of the war, a month after the start of the war, in 1939. Their role is that of a heavy bomber, utilising 4 engines, redundancy.
We're taking damage, sir.
Where's the other one? Has it gone back because it ran out of bombs? Come on, nail it. So the Halifax was a mostly unorthodox design, a mid-wing monoplane with a tail unit featuring twin fins and rudders. It featured all-metal construction with a smooth... Hang on a minute. Oh, the other one's coming in. Is it trying to drop bombs in our path? Whoa. Come on, Carl. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Yeah, they really want us dead, don't they? Okay, maybe we should just submerge. Are they gone? Hang on. No, they're coming back again. They're probably just going to keep using their machine guns.
Aircraft spotted.
Alright, I'm just going to go to periscope depth. Bring us down.
New depth 2.5 meters.
Wow, our anti-aircraft guns are rubbish. Okay. Yeah, presumably they're out of bombs. Oh, hello. It's coming in. Okay, make sure the guys stay on the repairs, especially the flooding, get that under control.
Current depth 10.
Yeah, it takes down a little bit deep for a minute.
90 meters.
Okay. So hang on a second, just going to read about the Halifax. So what's this, sorry? So orthodox design, mid-wing monoplane with a tail unit featuring twin fins and rudders, an all-metal construction with a smooth, stressed skin covering the majority of the exterior surfaces, the flight control surfaces being the exception, which were fabric covered. It was powered by 4 engines with, 2 spaced evenly on each wing. Powered by models of the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. They were later powered by larger Hercules radial engines. Okay. Maximum speed of around 265 miles per hour at a high altitude of 17,500 feet and a typical payload of 5,800 pounds of bombs and a range of just shy of 2,000 miles. Defensive armament included power-assisted gun turrets in various positions across the aircraft. Different models of Halifaxes use different numbers and combinations of turrets. Okay.
Current depth 80.
The bomb aimer position was in the extreme nose with the navigation table located just behind it, both roles fulfilled by the same crew member. Above the navigator's position was the forward gun turret. The wireless operator was behind the navigator, separated by a half-width partition. On the floor, just behind the front turret, was the escape hatch. Okay. The pilot sat on the left side of the cockpit above the wireless operator, so the radioman. The flight engineer filled in as the co-pilot, seated on a folding seat to the right of the pilot during crucial maneuvers such as takeoff. Okay. So how many crew members were aboard each vessel?
Current depth.
There
90.
were... It doesn't specify in their stats at the top. So at least 4? Maybe more? Okay. Cool. Lots of very cool pictures of them being manufactured. Okay. 1 second, just reading more. So they were used by Australia, Canada, the United Kingdom, a lot by the United Kingdom, France, Norway, Pakistan. I think that's civilian use, maybe, afterwards? There are 3 surviving aircraft, which are in Trenton, in Canada, in North Yorkshire, and in London. Can any of them fly? 1 moment. No, I think they're just grounded examples.
Yes, sir.
I think. Hang on.
Ahead slow.
Okay, so there are only 3 complete examples that remain. At present, Halifax 57 Rescue is working to recover 2 aircraft, one of which is located off the coast of Sweden. Oh! There's an attempt to retrieve an underwater preserved one. Once the aircraft has been raised off the coast of Sweden, it will be moved to the Bomber Command Museum in Canada for restoration. The second aircraft the organisation is seeking to recover is apparently off the coast of Scotland. It's yet to be located, but its general position is known. Oh, that's kind of cool. So they're trying to fish them out and get them restored. Sweet. Sorry, for those just joining, I was just browsing the Wikipedia page on the Halifax bomber, one of which is currently circling us at a range of around 9 kilometres. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Indeed they did, System Artemis. Later Spitfires upgraded to true cannons later in the war, making them even more powerful. Okay. Right, so, damage-wise, we're mostly okay. I rather hope we didn't damage any significant parts of our pressure hull. That was a bit silly, though. Fun. Thank you to Shinderhans and Papega, X-Rain, Mr. Fluffy Bunny, and Kurdo. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy Bunny, for the bomb there. Thank you for the sub-bomb. Right, so... That's frustrating. So the 2 radar contacts we just made were not the convoy. They were, in fact, planes coming to murder us. So what do you think we should do now? Now that we're within range of the enemy planes, and the weather is calm, maybe we should head back out into the Atlantic to look for better pickings? Also, do I have any gas torpedoes? Where's my weapons officer? I need gas torpedoes. No, we're low on them, that's the trouble. Catch the convoy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Move a bit to loom for
New
convoys.
depth, 0 meters.
Yeah, let's go back up to the surface and
Yes,
at least
sir.
make another stab looking for,
Ahead full.
yeah, looking for this convoy before we give up. Okay. Also, when we're on the surface, let's have the men start moving the gas torpedoes into our forward reserves. I tried Huxley, but the game kept crashing. Eventually, I got to the point where I just didn't want to keep fiddling with it. I got it to the point where the game worked and I just wanted to play it. Hello. Okay, so let's get back up to the surface and see if we can. 1 minute. Let's get the crew. Watch officer. Keep your eyes open for those planes and see if they make a return. If they do, then we dive quick. Ah, shit. So, detecting radar signals. Is that the planes making another run? It looks like it. God damn it.
Yes,
Down
sir.
we go.
Periscope depth.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to... Yeah, it's the same 2 planes coming in. Coming in fast. Well, shit. How are the ants, Thozzle? The ants are doing well. Yesterday I put the camera on them when I went to go and feed them a piece of a worm segment, like a type of moth that has like a larvae that you feed to lizards. So I gave them like a segment of this worm, but I noticed that they were having trouble moving on the sand. The sand that's inside their ant farm itself has been moistened and therefore it's quite tough and they can walk on it. But the sand that's outside in their outworld is actually just dry.
Current
It's
depth,
bone dry.
10.
As a result, they're actually struggling to move through it. I'm tempted to disconnect the outworld entirely and remove all of the sand to just have it be plastic. And then they can access their food easily. I did go to Amazon though and I purchased a small bottle of something called Fluon, which is like a forgive me, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you exactly what Fluon is. But I know that ants can't walk on it, so you can use it, you can coat it around the edge of, say, an ant farm, and then leave the lid off. So I was going to do that. I was going to remove their outworld, and then coat the outer edge of it in Fluon. You have to refresh it every 4 weeks or so, otherwise it gets dust on it, and then they can walk on the dust, but it shouldn't be too tricky. Right, so where are those planes? Somewhere over there, coming in. We can't detect their radar, so they're going to fly overhead, or where are we? Reduce speed.
Yes, sir. Ahead slow.
What am I hunting? Well, I was looking for a convoy that I attacked, but annoyingly, I think I've lost them. Despite last stream saying that I wouldn't lose them. I think I've just lost them. Why not use dirt, Sapir? Well, I ordered a bag of the stuff from mostly sand. It's like a mixture of stuff from the same website that I ordered the ant farm from. But I didn't want to just go with dirt because it might be contaminated with stuff, and also I wanted to be able to see the ants clearly. They're black garden ants, so I didn't want to get dark soil so that I wouldn't be able to see anything. Okay. We might just have to stay underwater for the daytime. Frustrating. Okay. Shit, I think we lost that convoy, folks. Right. Yeah, forgive me, I'm not so sure Ants Canada is for me. Too many calls to action in the video. I like content that stays on the point. Personally. Okay. Just speeding up the time. Okay. Oh shit. Right, so I guess we're probably going to get a radio report in a minute, giving us the precise location of the convoy.
Depth, 0 meters. Yes, sir. Ahead standard.
Oh yeah, Lily? Fluon seems to be based on the same stuff as Teflon. Oh, okay. Polytetrafluorethylene? Polytetrafluoroethylene. Ethylene, maybe. Regardless, their legs can't easily grab it, so they slide off of it. Yeah, Crimson. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm less interested in words. I'm less interested in melodrama concerning ants. I'd rather learn more about them specifically. How they communicate, how they reproduce, what sort of chemical signal. Their pheromones, for example. What exactly is the chemical composition of each individual pheromone? How do we know this? That sort of stuff. I want to know about ants. Right. Hello. Okay, so... What the hell? No, it's a different one. Enemy task force. Interesting. A task force is high value, so it's like a potential warship, like a battleship or an aircraft carrier. Moving northwest, medium speed. What do you think? What do you think, chat? What do you think? How are we doing in terms of fuel, though? Not too bad. I don't know. Maybe we're being cheeky. Are we being cheeky? I think we're being cheeky. Northwest is what? 45 degrees? If they go that way, we're just going to lose them. Fuck it, why not? Alright. So are they going to head round that way through Scotland? Like that way? Or are they going to come this way into the Atlantic? That's a... At 8 knots. That's a 2-day journey. Okay. And they're moving at 8 knots. Go ahead,
Yes, sir.
Saul. Who's winning the tonnage war? The Allies. Hands down. So in a few weeks we're going to see Black May, which is the worst week when it comes to merchant shipping sunk and U-boats destroyed. Okay, navigator, can I get a report on our range, please? That's not it. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, only 5,000 at current fuel burning, though. Okay, we should be okay. We shouldn't push it, though. We shouldn't push it. Okay. Deck casing? Not sure, sorry. Deck casing. Deck casing? The shells from the deck gun? On the map of the ship. Map of the ship. Map of the ship? I'm not sure what you mean, Ursa. Oh, on this? Is this what you mean? Deck casing. Oh, that! The deck gun. Gotcha. Yeah, deck gun. That just refers to the deck gun. Right. Right, so, sorry. Task Force moving at 8 knots, right? So that means that 24 hours from now... Oh, bugger. Where's my calculator? They'll be able to get... Well, assuming that they maintain their course, which they might not, they'll be able to move 8 knots, so that's 14.82. A total of 355 kilometers from their current position. So... if they maintain their course, they will be... Ah, okay. Aha. Again, I seriously doubt they're going to maintain that course. But we'll see. That will put us about... Yeah, okay. Let's give it a whirly. So let's save the game and speed up the time and see what happens. Alright. Repair the deck gun? Why? Is it damaged? Oh. Minor damage. Should be okay. Yeah, why not though? You're right. Have one dude get up there with a wrench or something. There we go. Done. Fish a bullet out of the controls. Indeed, Ramari. Yes, not for me, I'm afraid. I'm not really into my Souls-style games. Whoops, no officer at the helm. Really? Yes, there is. Lies. Oh shit! What the hell? Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Yes, sir. Periscope down.
Of course, I gave default orders to engage. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah, you missed. Oh god! Holy shit! Okay, I gave default orders to engage, and then they didn't warn me subsequently. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! What the fuck? Shit, that means travelling on the surface during the daylight. Yeah, okay, no. I don't think we're going to be able to get that task force in range of the RAF. Also, what is that one flying like? What are you doing?
We're taking damage, sir. Current depth 10.
Let's also change
Yes,
the
sir.
rudder.
Rudder 35 degrees to port.
What are these? 2 engines. These look different. Okay. These are Manchesters? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get that task force. We can't travel on the surface. Yeah, that's not happening. Sorry, guys. That's not happening. We need to pull away from this air cover. Pull away. Alright. Maybe if the task force moves out into the Atlantic Ocean, then maybe? In fact, let's maybe hope that that happens by going back to where we sank that escort carrier in the hopes that it moves out here. But for now, let's just creep the fuck away. We have heavy flooding? We do? Oh shit, we do. Quickly, get under control. What the fuck? What the hell? Guys? Guys, the arse of the U-boat is trying to turn us into a U-boat, and the bow wants to be a normal boat. Can we, Right. We can fix this. This is okay. Don't mind us. We're just minding our own business in the Atlantic Ocean. It's totally normal behavior for a U-boat. Oh god, that's a lot of flooding. Guys, can you... Flooding is now under control. It's just steadily being worked out. Steadily. Come to the surface
sir.
and head full.
New depth 0 meters.
Yeah.
Head full.
There we go. Indeed, we have seawater in the butt compartment, Darrenik. No, you see, that's the snorkel, you see. Totally fine. Thank you, Hex the Viper. Thank you, Hex. What's the current situation, Nepal? Not good. No damage to report? Looks like there's damage. No, you got it, you got it. Okay. Are we okay? Come on, get the U-boat up. Let's go. Right, let's go. Head full. Get the fuck away from the UK. This place is a nightmare. God damn, yeah, our tail is still... Okay. Thank you, Entro. Thank you very much, Entro. And Clumbum and Hex the Viper. Thank you. Have we got under control? I get that sorted. Yep, flooding's going down. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm surprised that we haven't been given a report on that convoy that we attacked. I wonder where they went. Ah, shit. Okay, come ahead, standard. Is that them? No, task force moving northwest. Gonna stay the fuck away from them. Yeah, 9. We best stay away from planes. Too dangerous. Okay. So, now that we're back on the surface... Oh... Our external reserves are only electric. Okay. It's not good. It's very hard to attack a target from within 4 kilometers. Okay. Get the men up onto the surface and have them... Wait, get our torpedo officer. He knows what he's doing. Okay. Can you gentlemen start unloading the torpedoes from the external pressure hull? And start bringing them up into the submarine. It will take several hours per torpedo. There we go. Sorry, 40 minutes per torpedo. Okay. Oh, did I change it so so that I dive instead of auto-engage? I don't know how you do that, actually. How do you do it after the fact? Okay, 1 torpedo. 2 torpedo. 3 torpedo. There we go. Yeah, damage control teams, you guys can go rest. Well done. Sorry, looking at the time, folks, sorry to disappoint you, but I definitely have to disappear in momentarily. I've got to get on with this bullshittery. But this stream, I've lost the convoy I said I wouldn't lose, and I sank a convoy vessel. Convoy? Sank a cargo vessel, a medium-sized one for almost 4,000 tons. So we did okay, but... Oh, and then I got my arse handed to me by planes. Right. Can't we go and restock? Yeah, we might have to soon. So what's the plan now? I need to keep searching for shipping. So we're on the shipping lane. I mean, so BD and BE, lots of shipping coming in, loads in this area. So just on the edge of AL, which is here. So let's shimmy this way and just go on normal let's find ships to sink patrol. Okay. Let's go. Depends, Crimson. I'm a big fan of video essays, more specifically video essays that about topics that I know very little about. I'm sure his videos have been doing the rounds recently, but a good example is something like Folding Ideas, for example. A YouTuber who would say go in depth and talk about NFTs. And I'd be sitting there with the popcorn or whatever just going, oh, fascinating. I find myself enthralled by people enthusiastically talking without bullshit, talking about things that I don't know much about. I don't really favour YouTube content that features calls to action or advertising. I hate that, in fact. And I certainly don't favour YouTube content that has lots of sort of, what's the word for it? Like talking heads either, which sounds, yeah, I just mentioned Folding Ideas that does a lot of that. But you know what I mean, as in, we're going to talk about the current affairs and then it's just the YouTuber's head babbling. I find that rather annoying. Okay. Good afternoon, Zam Rabbit. Good afternoon indeed. Right, so let's go here and then dip the boat down. Take us down to periscope depth. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Right, have a quick listen. Nope. Okay, back up. So the hydrophones have a range of around 25 kilometers, which is about that. So we're just going to periodically dip underwater and have a quick listen and see if we can hear any ships and their propellers. No, not really, Tank Boy. I'm not really into conspiracy stuff. Although I do sometimes dip
Yes,
into
sir.
videos which are debunking conspiracy
New
stuff.
depth, 0
That tends to be quite fun.
Ahead standard.
Especially because it can often be so easy to slam dunk nonsense stuff. Low-hanging fruit when it comes to video essay stuff. Yeah, exactly. Good example. Yeah, like the H-bomber guy talking about someone makes some ridiculous claim and then says the facts cannot be disputed, and the next thing is him saying let's dispute the facts and goes down the rabbit hole. Oh fuck, did you see that one? There was that YouTube video by H-bomber guy concerning the vaccine, the MMR vaccine, and that guy who basically preemptively started a scare and then tried to patent his own MMR jab to profit off of it. What was his name again? Andrew Wakefield, that was it. Turns out he's had to flee to America in disgrace. He's a British doctor who started this huge scare in the UK that the MMR vaccine was giving children autism, and it turns out his evidence was like fuck all. And then it came out like some investigative journalist investigated it, and it turned out that he'd patented like his own jab to sell. So yeah, he was basically trying to make millions off of it. He drummed up a scare. Yeah, really fucking scandalous shit.
Yes, sir. Periscope depth.
Oh yes, Frederick Knutson. That's another a YouTube series that I often watch. Down the rabbit hole, fascinating stuff. For example, there was what was that episode on that? There was some trials being done, some exercises in Britain. Was it the First World War or just before the First World War? They did some exercises in really bad weather, naval exercises, and it went horribly wrong, and it resulted in the deaths of loads and loads of submariners due to what was it? Sorry. They lost each other in the fog, and then they started colliding with each other, and then because they were moving in a column, the ones that had collided were in the path of the other ships moving at speed through the fog.
Current depth 10.
And like a whole load of sailors died for no reason, just because lack of communication. Yeah, stuff like that. Just like an in-depth video. Analytical. That's the type of content that I like. Oh, another good one, sorry. There's a video which is the Battle of Midway, but from Japan's perspective, which is where a guy basically lays out the Battle of Midway from the side that you don't often see, so the opposing side in the versus the Western media side of it, and shows like what was the Japanese rationale there, what were they seeing. That one was fascinating, where the admirals of the Japanese fleet were like, there's a surface contact over there. What do you mean over there? You mean like here in the perfect position to attack us if it were an aircraft carrier? That can't possibly be an aircraft carrier. It was. It was 2. Wasn't it 2? I think it was 2 aircraft carriers. Yeah, stuff like that is amazing. And then, of course, because his report was only a surface contact, it didn't specify what it was. It was like, well, what do I do? Do I launch my planes? Do I not launch my planes? Do I give them bombs? Do I give them torpedoes? I can't remember the name of the YouTuber. If you just type in midway from the Japanese perspective, it's very interesting. It's a long form video, but it's very fascinating. Sorry, Monty Mayer? Is that his name? Monty Mayer. Yeah. Do you recommend that one? Hang on, let me just come to the surface. Can't hear anything. Oh, sorry.
Depth, 0
No.
meters.
Stay at depth. Stay at depth.
Ahead full.
Go slow. I wasn't going slow. That's why we're not
Periscope
hearing anything.
depth. Ahead slow.
Okay. Yes, Nagumo's Dilemma? The Admiral? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I need to, Trusty. I'm stalling. I'm sorry. I need to go end the stream. Quick look. Just trying to find something to hunt. Come on, give me like a convoy or something.
New message received. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Ahead full.
Attacked by a destroyer. This is U-356. Damaged and flooding. Shit. Back down again. Listen carefully with those hydrophones. Ah. You alright, Lulu? The dog's trying to get on top of the radiator. Ah, shit. Yeah. I'm sorry, folks. I do need to stop the stream. I do have lots that I need to do today. Sorry that it wasn't the most interesting stream this morning. I lost the damn convoy that I really wanted to attack. We did sink a single vessel, but yeah, frustrating that we couldn't make another run on that tanker that we hit with one torpedo. It's a shame that that one got away. That would have been a good prize, wouldn't it? Still, I mean, we did sink 12,000. So what have we got in total? Sorry, we got 12,575 plus 3,845, 6,420 tons. Not too bad, but it needs. Yeah, we need to do better. So at this point in the war, the number of ships that are entering the Atlantic to keep Fortress Britain in the fight is rapidly increasing. So we need to sink way more tonnage if we're going to actually defeat the Allies. And it's becoming ever more difficult with the, as you can see there, the expansive air cover and the better technologies such as the radar. So pretty soon, 1943 is pretty much going to be the end of the party for the U-boat, and it's just a case of trying to hang in there for as long as we can until the conclusion of hostilities. So, yeah. Right. So, apologies. I'm going to bounce and get on with the editing today. Thank you for watching, though. Thank you, Eisenbrot, Intro, and Clumbum, and Hex the Viper. Thank you. One moment. Let me just have a look and see who's doing what. So yes, I'm working on Rising Storm Vietnam bullshittery. It's in quality assurance, trying to get the thing polished. Hopefully we'll have it ready by Friday, if not sooner. Right. So, ZF Quebec is doing a bit of Star Citizen, and SWAT Knight is doing Hunter, Call of the Wild. Okay, in which case, or alternatively, tell you what, alternative, let me hand you over to Messy Essie, who's doing some Project Zomboid, which might be a bit more interesting. Messy Essie is ZF Digby's fiancée, and she's currently sitting on a sofa reading a book about something. I'll leave you with Messy Essie doing Project Zomboid. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a lovely, lovely afternoon, and yeah, hope to see you again soon. Take care.